We're just continuing with Halachot Sefirat Omer. If you remember the last time we were speaking about background music, now we're going to music for tzorech parnasah. So for example, if you teach, whether it's going to be different types of lessons of guitar, piano, and all those things, or this is what you're actually trying to learn, so therefore, as long as you're not doing it for your own pleasure and benefit, there's no problem whatsoever, especially if you're doing it for parnasah. So therefore, there's not going to be a problem if for parnasah you're going to continue teaching during Sefirat HaOmer, teaching the music, whether it's to play different instruments, there's not going to be a problem. The same halacha would apply if you have somebody that's driving and that it could be that he's going to fall asleep, and therefore the only reason why he's putting on music is not to benefit from the music, it's just to keep him awake, because if not he might fall asleep during driving, so therefore it's going to be permitted. The same halacha would apply that if you're going to go into let's say a bus, or you're going to go, Uber is a little bit different, because remember, in an Uber, right, they're obligated to please you, so therefore you could ask them to turn off the music, to turn down the music. But if you're going on a bus, you're going in a certain place, in a store, you do not have to tell them to turn off the music, you're able to continue. Obviously, they should be, if it's a Jewish store, they should have that in mind, and therefore they should obviously realize that it should only be maximum background music, but you have no obligation to come and not go into a store, let's say a non-Jewish store, because they have the music playing. Remember that anything to do with the music is going to be permitted if it's not going to be your benefit. For example, a nursery teacher, and she's coming and she has the little children, and they're going to put on nursery rhymes or nursery songs, there's no obligation for having it to children, small little tiny children, don't understand what it is, Sefirat HaOmer, and therefore you're allowed to continue putting for them their music in order for them to come and to continue with their daily routine, right? Somebody also that's sick, that they are depressed and they need the music just for them to be healthy, that's also going to be permitted. So therefore the concept of Sefirat HaOmer is you're not allowed to benefit, you're not allowed to enjoy from music. But any time that the music is not going to be for a personal benefit and it's going to be used for a certain reason, so therefore there's not going to be an isur, especially here that we're not talking about live music, we're talking about music which is going to be on tapes or on MP3, things like that, which is not going to be live. We do have enough room to be lenient in such a scenario that again, that as long as it's not going to be for personal, your enjoyment, so therefore you're allowed to be lenient in the cases that we just mentioned, whether it's going to be for parnasah, whether it's going to be for background music, whether it's going to be other things like that you have no problem.